Hey guys, Daredevil Coaster Riders here. Today, I have my top 15 predictions on what I think Six Flags Great Adventure will do before the year 2030. Six Flags Great Adventure had a good decade already since they added 3 new roller coasters. They added a relocated stand-up roller coaster, Green Lantern from Kentucky Kingdom, a 40 free spin in Joker, and the new and unopened RMC single rail coaster, the RMC Raptor, the Jersey Devil. And Six Flags Great Adventure has other good roller coasters. They got El Toro, an Intamin prefabricated, and King Ka, the world's tallest roller coaster at 456 feet. And now let's get into what I think Six Flags Great Adventure will do before the year 2030. Number 1. Six Flags Great Adventure is going to add a brand new roller coaster every 4 to 5 years apart. The next one may be possibly 2024 because 2020 was the year for Jersey Devil, and it would have been 4 years after Jersey Devil opened in 2020, so possibly 2024 or 2025 will be the next roller coaster before 2030. Number 2. Six Flags Great Adventure is going to do an update to the water park, which is known as Hurricane Harbor. They're going to add some new slides, add some new restaurants, and fix up the park, make it look nicer before the year 2030, since it's a nice park, but they should still do more work to it to make it better. Number 3. Six Flags Great Adventure is going to do some updates to the Safari Zone section of the park, the attraction they have in their park. They're going to maybe add some more animals, make it look bigger, make it look nicer, make it more unique to attract the crowds before the year 2030 comes around. Number 4. Six Flags Great Adventure is going to remove the thrill ride Twister because Twister is not that popular of a ride, and a lot of theme parks have been removing rides just like Twister because it's hard to maintain and they haven't been popular nowadays, and a lot of people don't really like them since they are crazy rides and they just don't ride them. Number 5. Six Flags Great Adventure is going to remove the water ride Sawmill Log Flume because these types of rides are not that popular and they're really hard to maintain since Aero Development went out of business a long time ago, and it's really hard to get certain parts for these types of rides. I know a lot of theme parks have been removing these types of water rides since they're hard to maintain and Aero's no longer in business. So before the year 2030, I think Sawmill Log Flume will be gone from the park. Number 6. Six Flags Great Adventure is going to remove the Runaway Mine Train because these types of rides are not that popular anymore and they're really hard to maintain since Aerodynamics is no longer in business. And it would be better if Six Flags Great Adventure removed this ride since it's not that popular and it's really old of a ride. And a lot of other theme parks have been removing these types of rides and they're really hard to maintain to get certain parts, and it would be better if Six Flags removed this ride from their coaster lineup. Number 7. Six Flags Great Adventure is going to remove the roller coaster Skull Mountain because it's not that popular of a ride anymore, and I know a lot of people don't like the inside of it since it's a dark roller coaster and it's not that popular of a ride nowadays, and I'm pretty sure Six Flags will remove this attraction from the park in the next couple years before the year 2030. Number 8. Six Flags Great Adventure is going to add another B&M in their lineup of roller coasters. Since they have 5 B&Ms, they're going to add a sixth B&M in their lineup of roller coasters. They're either going to add a B&M wing coaster or a B&M dive coaster since they already have a stand-up, a floorless, a hyper inverted, and a flying coaster. And I'm pretty sure either a wing or a dive coaster will come to Six Flags Great Adventure. I'd have to go for the wing coaster rather than the dive coaster because there's not that many wing coasters out there in the United States, and wing coasters are pretty popular in the eastern side of the United States, and I could see Six Flags Great Adventure potentially get the B&M wing coaster, and then after they work with the B&M wing coaster, they'll take some years off and wait and then add another B&M at least a decade later because they have a ton of B&Ms, and I think they'll take a break from adding B&Ms since they have a ton of B&Ms in their park. Number 9. Six Flags Great Adventure is going to add a clone of West Coast Racers, which is located at Six Flags Magic Mountain. And since the success of West Coast Racers at Six Flags Magic Mountain, I could see possibly a clone of it come to Six Flags Great Adventure called East Coast Racers, since the Six Flags Great Adventure does not have a racing coaster, and they used to have a racing coaster, a wooden one, but then they ended up removing it a long time ago, and it would look perfect if they got a new racing roller coaster, something more intense than West Coast Racers, funner, longer, a lot faster, and more intense than West Coast Racers, because since Six Flags Great Adventure does not have a racing, and it would look perfect in their lineup of roller coasters to have, and make it more intensifying, make it really fun, intense, and very smooth, since it may be smooth already since it went good at Six Flags Great Adventure. Same manufacturer for Six Flags Great Adventure before the year 2030. Number 10. Six Flags Great Adventure is going to receive a brand new thrill ride in their lineup of thrill rides. They need something like a Top Scan in their lineup of thrill rides. They do not have this type of ride, and I think it would look perfect in their lineup of thrill rides. Make it very interesting. Theme it to DC Comics, which is Six Flags theme to go for. DC Comics all the time, and it'll look nice in their lineup of thrill rides. Make it very intense, make it fun, and make it perfect for the thrill seekers to come. Number 11. Six Flags Great Adventure is going to add a Zamperla skater coaster in their lineup of rides, and none of the Six Flags parks have this type of ride, but I think it would be a perfect addition to the Six Flags parks, since it would be a good family ride to fill up their collection, and it would look perfect for their ride lineup, and it would be a good one to attract the families, get the families to ride this before the year 2030. Number 12. Six Flags Great Adventure is going to do some updates to the kids section of the park before the year 2030. I think this would be a good idea before 2030 for the kids section, because I know Six Flags is still updating the kids section, and it would look nicer if it had a couple more rides, make it look like pretty unique, make it look nice before 2030. Number 13. Six Flags Great Adventure is going to add a water roller coaster in their lineup of water slides, because I think this would be a perfect addition to Six Flags slide lineup, because they do not have this, and I know some of the Six Flags parks have a water coaster, and I think a water roller coaster is perfect for their slides, because I know Six Flags is going to work with this, and I'm pretty sure Six Flags is going to add this to Great Adventure in the other parks. And since it went pretty good at one of the parks, and it's going to be perfect for Six Flags Great Adventure before 2030. Number 14. Six Flags Great Adventure is going to add some sort of family ride in their lineup of family rides, because they need another family rides besides the Zamperla skater coaster, and I don't know what type of family ride they would add, but they'll add something good to attract the crowds, get the families to come to the park. Number 15 and final. Six Flags Great Adventure is going to add another attraction besides the safaris area that they have. Another good attraction, something like a mystery, like Forbidden Frontier at Cedar Point, and they need another good attraction besides the safari zone, something like what I just said, mystery, and to make it look nice, mystery about like King Dakot or El Toro, whatever they can do, and I think that's what they'll add before the year 2030 comes around, because Six Flags Great Adventure does need another good attraction and something nice, something to get the families to come and the crowds to come to the park before 2030. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you can. Follow the social media also to get some more updates. See you in the next video, which we're going back to 10-year plans now for the next video. And I took a break from doing these 10-year plans, so now back to 10-year plans starting next week. Either going to be SeaWorld or Busch Gardens. Peace out.